June 16th, 2026. I'm OG Nerd, and tonight I want to talk about a vote that almost nobody saw happening on a bill almost nobody is covering that could shape American foreign policy for the rest of our lives. On June 4th, Congressman Ro Khanna stood up in committee and tried to do something simple. He tried to strip a single provision, Section 224, out of this year's defense bill. He lost. The committee voted him down. And 224, the United States-Israel Defense Technology Cooperation Initiative, remains locked into that bill tonight. I want to explain why that vote matters more than almost anything else happening in Washington right now, and why almost nobody is talking about it. Section 224 does not declare a new war, does not authorize new troops. On its surface, it sounds almost bureaucratic. Appoint an executive agent, coordinate research, streamline cooperation. But here's what that bureaucratic language actually does. It builds a permanent structure, research and development, weapons co-production, technology integration, and artificial intelligence, and quantum computing between the U.S. military and a foreign government's defense industry. Not temporary aid that Congress votes on every year and can adjust based on conduct. A permanent fusion that, as a former senior defense official put it, could take years to undo even if circumstances change dramatically. That is the entire point of this provision. It is designed to outlast political accountability. I believe in democracy, real democracy. I think it means that when the American people change their minds, when new information comes to light, when a foreign government's actions become harder to justify, when priorities shift, their elected representatives can change course. That's the entire premise of a representative government. Section 224 is engineered to make that harder, maybe impossible for a generation. And here is what makes this even more remarkable. Only 16% of Americans, according to a recent poll, even want this level of military integration with Israel in the first place. It's not a popular mandate being executed. This is a small number of well-connected interests locking in a decision that the vast majority of the country never asked for, and structuring it so future generations cannot easily undo it. I want to be clear about something because I think it matters. This is not about Israel as country or the Israeli people. This is about whether the United States Congress should permanently bind future American policy to any foreign government's military-industrial complex. Full stop. If this provision were written about any other nation, I would be saying the exact same thing tonight. My vision of foreign policy believes that military and economic relationships should remain accountable to the public, not insulated from it. Section 224 does the opposite. It takes the decision about hundreds of billions of dollars in the future, in future defense spending, and removes it from the realm of annual democratic review. That should bother you whether you're a hawk or a dove, whether you support Israel strongly or have serious concerns about its government's conduct. Because the question is not really about Israel at all. The question is whether 535 members of Congress should be allowed to remove a major foreign policy decision from future democratic accountability permanently with almost no public debate and almost no media coverage. The NDAA still has to pass the full House, get reconciled with the Senate version, and be signed into law. There is still time for amendments. There is still time for public pressure. There is still time for your representative to hear from you. But that window is closing, and right now, almost nobody outside of the policy circles even knows this is happening. This is exactly the problem. Major decisions that reshape the structure of American power should not happen quietly, buried into Section 224 of a 1,200-page bill, while the country's attention is on something else. Call your representative, ask them where they stand on Section 224, and then ask yourself why you had to hear about this from a TikTok video instead of the evening news. I'm OG Nerd. That's my take. Stay informed, stay sharp, and of course, stay woke. I'll see you next time. Join the conversation at OG Nerd After Dark, 12:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time on TikTok. Much love.